Hello, peace and blessings to everyone. I trust we are doing well. So today we want to talk about wigs and makeups and other beauty accessories for our women especially. And even for myself, before I came into the awakening journey, I wasn't really a fan of makeups and those things because I'm not so skillful at managing these things. So instead of like looking beautiful in them, I end up messing myself most of the time. So yeah, most of the times I would rather stay away from these things. But upon awakening, I realize being natural happens to be kind of a core part of the message of awakening journey and African consciousness and all that. And I just feel something we should talk about. So the question is, how natural should one be on the conscious journey? Is being very natural and African just about keeping your natural hair and maybe natural face? And I feel no matter what we do and no matter how African we want to be, we can't be like our ancestors probably 1,000 years ago, or even let's say 100 years ago. Maybe most of them could have been very natural because they lived in their natural settings, in their natural elements, and it was just normal to be natural. And I feel the world has gone through a lot of evolution for the men especially to be chastising our women so much just because most of them would rather go with probably their wig or some braids and all that, and the point is the consciousness of the woman just about having a natural hair. What if she has natural hair and she can't cook for you? What if, on the other hand, she would love to wear or she prefers to wear nails as long as 2 inches, but she can take care of her home and still manage her affairs very well, And on the other hand, it's like most men would say, I'd rather prefer a woman who is very natural in her African element to somebody who wear wigs and all that. But okay, that's not to say I'm promoting the African woman looking more westernized than she is supposed to be African. But whether we like it or not, the African woman has gone through a lot of revolution to be where she is now. I mean, talk of slavery, talk of migration into the Americans, another part of Europe, and most of them were even forced. They were forced to look more westernized than themselves because they were being told they were not good enough for who they are. So even when you look at Hollywood now and all the Black American actresses we have there, in as much as we admire them, we realize that their outfit and their outlook is not complete without some form of makeup, whether it is hair, it is facials, it is other surgeries and all that. Okay, so I know it's a difficult thing for most of our guys to accept this, but even when you come to a more traditional setting within Africa, you look at our queen mothers, who try to be very African and all that, but at some point you always see something that looks kind of foreign. And one thing I've learned so far on the journey is that the fact that you are being spiritual and you are being African for that matter doesn't mean you should neglect yourself totally or probably strip yourself of everything you have ever learned since growing up. You can be African, but you can't tell me probably like because 500 years ago ancestors were not using phones, probably they were talking through water. You are just going to dump your phone and not have any contact with people. The fact that some ancestors lived in the wilderness and survived there just because of probably one profession or the other. So okay, when you're waking, you're just going to leave your job and everything and just move away from society. And I know many of us struggle to fit ourselves into this current context because by the time most of us are waking, we're in situations that were very not in tune with our own selves, and somehow we feel we should leave those situations, but it's still not easy, So for me, I'm at that point where I'm learning to simulate everything I've learned, whether Christian or traditional, slowly within myself, and see through them to see what works for me and what doesn't work for me. And I feel if we would all learn to put a bit of a liberal attach to whatever we are learning on our spiritual journey, we wouldn't have to be petty with all. So today I'm here to promote my sisters, be beautiful, be you. If you feel comfortable with natural, just go for it. If you are very okay and you can afford your various wigs and makeup, sometimes I see them in their nines, just that personally I can't manage them, so I would not want to go for them. But yeah, just be you, be happy, be peaceful, be that powerful woman you've ever desired to be, and I wish us all the best. Okay.